Estrogen in menopause is probably the most controversial subject in medicine. While healthcare providers focus on the family history of breast cancer, there's so much more that affects your risk of breast cancer that you need to know about. One example of this frustration is my sister and I. Our mother died from breast cancer, and so healthcare providers often don't want to touch us with estrogen, yet we struggle with menopause, and it's just frustrating. So my point today is to explain so many of the contributors to breast cancer because there's so much you can do about it. Genetics are not your destiny. Less than 10% of breast cancer is actually genetic. And I have individual videos on almost every subject here. So this is what I feel are the main contributors to breast cancer. First one, obesity. The more fat we have, the more toxins we have in our body, the higher estrogen and insulin and inflammation. I get it. I was overweight in high school and college, but there are things you can do about it, and it does make a huge difference. And weight is not all about calories. Number two, stress. I know stress is hard, it's hard to confront, it rings home for me, but stress raises our stress hormones like cortisol, causes inflammation in the body, affects our detox, it does many bad things. It is worth addressing. Next, insulin. Just like it ties in with obesity, when our insulin is higher, like with diabetes, elevated blood sugars, polycystic ovarian syndrome, we make more estrogen and it increases our risk of breast cancer. It's very easy to do a blood test for insulin, so you can get that checked. Next, inflammation. I mention this in almost every video I have. There's many causes to inflammation in the body, and it's worth really understanding that. Please watch my videos. But inflammation affects our detox and causes many bad things to the body. Next, our gut health. I have many videos on this. Gut health affects, our microbiome affects the expression of our genes. It affects our level of inflammation and detox. It affects everything. Next, estrogen metabolism. I will make another video on this, but how your body, your liver, breaks down your estrogen into friendly or cancer-causing metabolites makes a big difference to your risk factor of breast cancer. Next, estrogen dominance. This is a very common problem, and it's an imbalance of your estrogen and progesterone, and I will have another video explaining this more. But do you know someone that has migraines, fibrocystic breasts, endometriosis, or fibroids? These are all examples of estrogen dominance, and so is breast cancer. Lastly, alcohol. I know it sucks, but the more you drink alcohol, the more you're not metabolizing your estrogen because the same enzyme breaks down estrogen and alcohol. I didn't even mention exercise, which affects all these other things I just talked about. But look, you can do so much about all these factors. Watch my videos. I'll have more coming up. Always remember that while genetics loads the gun, environment and lifestyle choices pulls the trigger. Research shows that clicking the thumbs up and subscribe button will make fingers healthy and strong, and besides, it's free.